All right, so now we're gonna go over all the selections that we have here on the headstock, right? So on the headstock that we have to guarantee that we have before we start operating the lathe is that our main gear is either on low or high, right? And again, we already know if one of the selections doesn't go in, most likely it's because we need to move the chuck here, right? Just because the gears, they're just buddy together. So in our case, we're always going to be operating in low, right? So we're always going to be there. So sometimes you might come in here and actually you're going to find it in neutral, because just like you guys already did when we're testing the total runout, we actually put it in a neutral, so then it's easier for us to move the chuck there, move the spindle. All right, so we're gonna go in low. All right, so what is this lever for? So this lever is for the auto feed. If this is the auto feed forward, this is the auto feed reverse. We're not gonna use auto feed in reverse, so we're gonna always use it in forward. Again, if one of the gears don't go in, or in case it went in. Okay. So if we're gonna use the auto feed, we have to have that geared in. Okay. All right. So sometimes, like if anybody hits this button, that's the emergency stop button, the equipment is not gonna turn on, and because for us to actually turn this emergency button off, we have to twist, and then it pops out. See? All right. We're not using any cutting fluid, so that's not gonna. We're never gonna use this button. This button is jog. Jog means like move a couple steps forward. In our case, we haven't needed to use that one. So this button, you're not gonna use it. All right, so now let's go down to the gears here. So usually for most of the work, you're gonna be just turning the machine on, and then you're gonna look in the speed here, or on your parts of the lathe PDF. It's called like a speed DRO because it's the digital readout. That means like just a digital number outputting whatever measurement it's actually measuring. So that's the speed in RPMs. And then this will be our speed selector, right? So for us, when we're turning, when we're facing, when we are center drilling, we're gonna be at the highest speed for our setting here. So we're gonna be at 400. For us, when we're doing other work, we're gonna be parting. We're gonna be parting at like let's say between 70 and 100 there. All right. So now, for us to set up the auto feed, let's see if I can get it closer so you guys can see. All right. See if I can zoom in here. No, it doesn't zoom in. But anyway, so we will want to look here on our settings. So we have the gears. So for us, what we're running at is 4 thousandths. So 0.0041. That's 4 thousandths that we're gonna move in the y-axis for every revolution of my spindle, right? So that's the speed that we're using. That's B, C, U, and so it's B, C, U, 0, and we have like our gear up here. That's gear A. If we open this door, we can see that gear A is a 60. So that's why we use this side of the table. If that gear A on top there was a 30, then we use this side of the table, right? All right, I hope this was instructional for how to set up the gears, the headstock before you start working.